Hey, how we doing?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can't hear you.
Oh,
I think
you
it's
can't
my
hear
mic,
me. Oh,
honestly.
I'm using my
Can you hear
phone.
me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's my mic.
Oh,
Let me switch it. I've been trying different mics just so I can be have more quality, but this mic is not I'm not able to hear people when I connect it, but people can hear me, so I don't know why it's this one.
oh.
So
Yeah,
I
I've
can
gone back
connect
and
it on my
forth.
phone, but it doesn't work. Give me a second. Let me go get it.
No, you're good. I know TikTok Live is always tricky because you can't do it on your laptop or anything like that. All right, looks like we got a whole bunch of people watching. What's going on, everybody? I don't know. Can anyone hear me or
Okay,
did
I got it. This is the other one. How are you? How's everything
good,
going?
good, good. Can you hear me now?
Good, good. I can hear you now.
Oh, perfect, perfect. Yeah, everything's good.
Can,
I
can
was
you
digging
hear
the music you
me?
put on. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I always put music to begin with. That way, we can set the mood. Let me see.
Right. It's not
I
like
don't
an
know if you can
awkward
still
silence.
hear it.
No, yeah. So
So
I
go
no, you
ahead.
go, you go.
So it's
Ladies first.
nice to have you here. Nice to meet you. That's
Yeah, I know.
awesome.
I've been following your content for a while now. It's great to finally like interact live and and finally meet you.
Right, right. That's amazing. I've been kind of like you know going as like it's like a hit or miss. I've been just taking the leap of faith, see who answers back and who doesn't. I mean, it's just a matter of like putting yourself out there, really, because
Right.
the opportunities are endless. But if you don't take initiative, it's hard. So I encourage everybody to do it. That's what we do. So. Um, if you guys, whoever's watching, if you guys don't know, this is MetaMatt. I didn't get your real name, but
It's Matt.
Matt, I
Yeah.
guessed it was Matt. But but yeah, just introduce yourself. Tell us where you're from. Do you speak any Spanish by any chance?
I I don't. I'm from Connecticut. And yeah, so I started off in the stock world, went to crypto, now in the NFT space, and like you were saying, honestly, a lot of the connections I made actually have been just from that, just like DMing, just like people who like, oh, I love to get in contact with them. Let's see what happens. And so you're 100% right. Making connections is huge.
Right.
And that's the best way to do it. Honestly, is just put yourself out there.
I mean, it is tough. I don't know what your experience is as far as that, but I've had reached out to several people. Some do answer, some don't, and then some even do answer, but then they never follow up. Or when I
Right.
do follow up, it's a challenge. I get it. We all have lives, but I think that the beauty of it is to be persistent and be how bad do you want it, right? So
Right.
yeah. So
So
yeah.
I've been checking your project out actually. It's like it's 15 unique one out of one art, right?
Right, right,
Yeah, I love the whole concept behind it with the all of them as like different occupations or different types of entities or identities and I was looking at a few of them and I'm like which one do I want to pick out?
yeah. We still have a few pieces left on Soul Sea. I know it's Soul Summer, right? So everybody is
Right.
really hyped into the Soul. I've had my collection out since April, but also started V2 series on OpenSea. Slow mint. It hasn't been where there's a lot of pieces, but there's going to be a lot of pieces on that collection.
Right.
Yeah, I love it. But anyways, I know we're not here about me, right? So I can tell you if you like, but I do want to let everybody know like what you do. So
Yeah, sorry,
I'm
give me one sec.
excited.
At the door.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, just someone at the door. Sorry, what
No,
was
you're
that?
good.
So you're asking what is it I do?
Yeah, so So just a brief description, guys, for those of you that are not familiar. I didn't share out the room, so if you guys, anybody in the audience, if you're able to share out the room, please do. I would appreciate it. But MetaMatt here is awesome. He has been basically bringing people into the NFT and making them aware of like projects and what news and things that are evolving in the NFT world. Uh, he's also basically a broadcaster that is able to amplify everybody's projects or voices and also bring awareness in the NFT world as well. So if you do not mind and kind of elaborating on that,
Yeah.
I would love to. Yeah.
Yeah, no. So I actually started off in the stock world like a few years ago now. I work for PB Alerts. We do stock education and alerts as well. We noticed, especially during like the whole like after COVID, there's a lot of people staying at home trying to get into the stock market, but there's a lot of like YouTubers out there and just people out there just doing pump and dumps and just scams and trying to like get rich quick off of all these people who didn't know necessarily how the stock market worked. And so we wanted to provide a platform that was kind of could be able to combat that and provide legitimate education, like have people there like the whole time. Provide one that's more financially affordable because we know a lot of people work for and it's not easy out there. So we started doing that. We went really really well, super successful. And then we got into crypto, and then we saw the NFT space come about. And I personally, like as soon as I learned about NFTs, I was like on board. I love everything about it. It's like I was telling them like we need to get into the space. We got to figure it out. So like, all right, yeah, take a few months, like check out the NFT space, see what it's about. We'll see, if we want to make a project or how, well, what we want to do, of course, because we didn't want to rush right into it because I know that a lot of people like to do that and they see money, they're like, oh my god, I got to get involved in that. We wanted to, kind of test the waters out, and luckily we did because the market now is not where it
Right.
was back then.
Right.
But so what we decided to do in the NFT space was, since we had success building an online community, building a Discord, building social media and all that type of stuff before Bored Ape Yacht Club even minted and before NFTs were even like really a thing, we figured why not help all these new projects who are brand new to all this stuff. Why not kind of show them how we did what we did, what we did back then, and kind of help them, because right now there's a lot of people who like to say that that they're experts, and in reality they've been doing this for like half a year. So like you can't really
Yeah.
be an expert if you don't have any like you have like one like one little thing that worked out, and then you have like a little small part of it. Like this is a lot of BS going on out there. I went to NFT NYC. There was a lot of amazing stuff out there. With a lot of the booths I went to, I had to try to not roll my eyes like hard enough, because like there's just so many people out there who just see this as money, and it's like Shark Tank, and they think that everyone's Mark Cuban, and this is not the case. Like it's gonna it's like, just like the internet phase. It's going to eventually weed out the bad projects, and like the Ask Jeeves and the Googles, and like the ones that are going to make it are going to make it. I think that right now, there is a big discrepancy in the NFT space. I think there's a lot of great projects, like yours, like people who are doing the right thing. There are a lot of great projects like the Bored Apes, like the ones that are doing, are making a whole ecosystem, really really care about their holders. And well, I don't know exactly how Yuga Labs. I don't know them personally, but cares about giving utility to the holders. And then there's the projects that care about the money. So
Right.
we're just here to combat that and help educate people, and just try to hope that we do some positive, even if it's just like one or two lines that gets in their head that helps them like not lose money on the next rug pull. That's like kind of our goal.
Right. Since you're mentioning that particular aspect of NFTs, where people come in thinking that they're going to make all this money and flip it or whatever, I believe this is like the perfect time. And I don't know. I guess this could be a question, because I don't know if this is the perfect time to actually realize who is in it for the long run, or who is in it for the money because of NFT NYC. Um, how did it look? Because I didn't go personally. I was supposed to go, but I wasn't able. So I was wondering, how is the atmosphere, as far as like you said, not only like competition, but like that they're in there just to make the money. Like, what are the main like like key points that you look at as far as that?
So like key points as far as like a project that I'm looking to get into as opposed to not getting into, or
No,
just like,
like when you went to NFT NYC, how did you identify those projects that are just, ooh, we're just in for the hype, or
oh,
yeah.
okay. Well, I mean, a lot of it. I mean, there like you could just tell who was paid to be there. Actually, like was there because they were excited about it. Like certainly, there's some people there who didn't even know like how blockchain technology worked, and that's kind of, to me that's kind of a red flag if you're at an NFT event. Like that's kind of like step one is
Right.
at least pretend to know what you're talking about. So for me, like it was like, oh, like they had flashy stuff and all, it's cool. And then I asked them about the prices, and it's astronomical, and you could just tell there's a lot of people who, because it is hard to get legitimate help, especially like developers and stuff like that, and people know that, and they know that if they put out the right marketing tactic, they can with the right price point, they can get people to fall victim to to them and to their marketplace, and they can get a project running, but it's going to be on some marketplace that no one knows about or some blockchain that no one's ever heard of or whatever. Like there's a lot of scams I was noticing, and but that being said, there were like a lot of legitimate companies out there and legitimate people out there and just innovators and people who were trying to actually make better the space, and they saw a problem that needed a solution. That I definitely would get behind. But the people who just saw, oh, these people are making money doing that, we can do that and market it better. I wasn't really a part of that. I didn't want to be part of those ones, I guess.
Right, right. And I think I have a hard time as well. And that brings me to the next question. I don't want it to be like a question. Oh, you're being interrogated, but no.
No, no.
So, just a thought as in to add to that is like, okay, for me personally, when I buy into a project, I have to have had either a conversation like this face to face, either virtually or through Twitter Spaces. Like I've had to have some sort of interaction with you more than once. So that is not TikTok videos are not part of that. I believe in my book. So because there could be like, for example, and for the sake of saying, for the sake of not saying any names, but there's big accounts out there that do have these projects that I reach out to try to get acquainted with them, not only through their TikToks but also personally, and they don't answer me. So it's like, to me it's like personal, because okay, what if I have a question about the project specifically, and they're not available for me to get the answers that I need. So that really does play a big deep part of my investing in their project, if that makes sense. But
Oh yeah, no, I think that especially in this space with these NFT projects, I think that's really important is the founders of the whole, or the founders the project to be available, especially because this is a new space. Even Bored Ape Yacht Club, if you think about it, they've only been around for like a little bit over a year. Most restaurants, even like most restaurants like close after 3 years. Like these are all businesses when you really think about it. It's like everyone here is new. So for anyone to think that they're better than than anyone else is ridiculous. Like especially even projects like Bored Ape, and so it is important for these projects to be open to their holders because these are startups. Like I said, it's a year max. Like CryptoPunks, different story. They're the OGs, whatever. But like the legitimate companies out there that are companies that are projects, they're still startups because it's been a year, less than a year for most of them. So for them to not be around for their founders, for the initial shareholders, if that's what you want to call it, is kind of ridiculous. And then that is the one big difference between Web3 space and being like a stock trader. I invest in Tesla. I'm not going, if I have enough stock, I might be able to, virtually see a share meeting or whatever. But like, I'm not going to actually be able to like talk to anyone of any importance, in that company. Whereas with NFTs, that's the big part. It is like by the people for the people type of deal. So that is really important. The open communication, like you were saying.
right, right, yeah. I think that for example, I don't know how it would, and I can't resonate with people that have so many, like a big Discord or a big follow, because I haven't got there yet. But in your experience, I don't know if you have experienced any of that in your particular um, demographic, but have you had that where you have all these um, community members and they're trying to reach you, or I mean, I don't know what level you're in, if we want to call it level, because I really don't see it as that. I mean,
Well, our Discord's at 40,000. We have like around, I think it's 70,000 on Facebook. So like the Facebook is like that. Unluckily, we have like luckily we have people for like we have a team. But like I remember like when we first started off, like in Discord, it'd be every day I'd be getting like, and these are stock trading questions. So like it was like every day, like 15, 20, 30 DMs, like, what's the MACD? How do I use the RSI? Or even like, how do I get in the Discord? What's it Discord? No one, even still no one, like Discord is so new. So like all the time, and like my DMs would be like, 15, 20, 30 deep. Now we have like the tickets that we use, but even so, that's why it's so important to have moderators and just people that you trust, as part of the team. And just to be, because obviously, not every single founder can be there all the time, especially the developers, they're busy doing, all that. The marketers are out there marketing, but it is good for them to check in at least like, once, twice, three times a day just to see what's going on. Or if they can have somebody who they trust and who can be like, that per, the face of their company or what they're trying to portray, because you don't want just some random moderator that you're just paying whatever that
right.
doesn't really know what the product's about to be the person who's the forward facing person of the company. That's just not that's to me that's a big red flag too.
Right. So I love that you said that, because for example, I just started bringing people into my project, and so far they know what the project is about. They advertise it as such, because that is what we have, a cause, we have a purpose. And also, just to add to that, it's amazing that you have all these people for the people, right? So would you kind of say that you kind of manage it as like a email system where, okay, this ticket was on here first, so let's go ahead and execute that ticket and then move on to the next. But all in all, you are able, because you have a team. Is that correct? Yeah.
Yeah. Luckily, we have a team. Like now we have a big team. Like you started off, where it was just a few of us, but now it's like we have like we look at it as it is a company. We have employees, the whole nine yards. But yeah, for the ticket systems, we definitely go like first come first serve. But like since it's online and it's not like a phone call, we'll respond to somebody, then go to the next one, wait for a response back. But no, well, luckily we have like, if everyone, we have people who are there for university support, for the people who are there for our classes, people who we have different people who can answer the questions, for Discord support or for issue my payment support. Like so there are different topics, and we have different people for who are specialized in that topic. Because the worst thing is like is just like is like the communication, like having like one person asks the question, it's like, oh, I don't know, let me ask this person, oh, let me go check them. Like no one likes that. So like having it organized and like knowing who knows what, and funneling the people's questions to the right areas is definitely something we found was we struggled with it first, but now we have a good system for that because of the support ticket system, which we just didn't even know about like 3 years ago in Discord. That's been a game changer for us.
Right. I think
Yeah.
I think I just started, to kind of get the hang of Discord, especially
Mm.
the bots. It just to throw a little history on there. In the very beginning, initially when I started my Discord, I was banned. I was banned because
Oh no.
I was trying to set up my bots in there, and I set up like 5 or 6 bots at a time. And I guess the Discord admin, I guess,
Uh,
you know, company flagged it as, oh, you're trying to spam a server or whatever. It took
right.
me like 2-3 weeks to get my server back, and it was
Right.
it was detrimental to me, because I'm like, how am I gonna get a hold of my community? Like, what the so yeah,
That's
it's cool. It's cool to be able to know, hold up, like that bot didn't work. Stop right there. Don't move it. Just wait a couple days and then get back on it, because it does flag, that you're trying to do too much at one time is what it
right.
does. Yeah.
Yeah, not for nothing though. We're actually working on a way that we're trying to get off of Discord. We don't want Discord to be like our only like because God, God, if Discord shuts down or Discord, what our Discord gets flagged like now what, like, where all our members go. So we are actually looking at building out some websites and some portals and even some apps and just other ways to have have our members together in a community just in case something happens with Discord, because you never know with with these customers. So,
Right.
Twitter, these are companies and they're getting they can get bought out by who knows who, and who knows what could happen. So like you can never be too careful with that.
Yeah.
Backup plan.
So so I was wondering, do you have your own NFT project?
No, no.
No? Are you
I'm not.
planning?
Yes. Yeah. Well, not me I mean, I don't know. Not me personally. I don't. I'm just too busy, right? It wouldn't be. I don't have any utility where I personally could do that. I mean, I could in theory, like, oh, you can choose what video. This it's nothing that I would like. If I as a holder wouldn't like be like, oh, I'm gonna buy that. Like, and I want people just buying it because I'm not an artist. Like for me, it's not like, oh, like let's support MetaMask. Like for me, it just doesn't make sense. I don't want to waste people's money. But my company is planning on making a project. We're still, like I said, it's in the works, maybe Q4. Like we're really not rushing it, because we want to do it the right way. The space is so new. We noticed like with the stock, with our first company, we realized like how little we knew and how much that hurt us. Like finding how much we spent on stuff that if we actually just waited and like done the right way, how much we could have saved. So like we're kind of letting everyone else be the guinea pigs right now, and we're doing our thing, and we definitely have something in the works. That could be really a big game changer, I think, for crypto traders who don't have time to, people who want to get involved in crypto and just don't want to get in, don't want to have to like, spend hours upon hours, researching it. So we're working on I can't say exactly what, but something that could be a big game changer as far as that goes.
Right, right. I think a lot of people, what they're doing too is, especially like influencers that are not in the NFT world, are kind of hiring artists and actually doing a generative art project, and possibly giving to a cause, or depending on what the project is about. A lot of I've seen a few projects doing that, but again, like, I don't know how I feel about that, because like again you said, it kind of takes away from the like the real artists that are out there actually drawing. But
Right.
I wouldn't knock it, just because if you have a cause behind it, it's a good way to kind of get that stuff jump started, or started.
Yeah.
So
I mean, for me, like my strong suit is the marketing, is the social media, community building, all that. So like that's the only utility I could provide. So for me personally, I'd rather find a project that I like, and who's doing something that I like, and is doing donating to a charity, and then help them do XYZ, like that way, like that. I just don't think that, me personally, like it's just for me. I don't think it's the place to make an NFT project. There's just so many other great projects out there that I can help support and use my time that way, and help 4 or 5 or 6 different people, as opposed to just trying to help the whatever holders I end up getting or whatever. And who knows? I just so new. Like I like as what I do. Someone who's in stock education, and we definitely are about like fighting scams and this. I'm not saying the NFT space is a scam, but for me personally, it is
yeah,
so new. It is so new that I just don't feel comfortable enough telling anyone to buy something from me in that space. Being an educator in the stock world, and in the safety and all that kind of stuff. I'll tell people to get involved in this. I just don't know enough about security or any of that stuff. Where I don't think I could protect my holders enough. Because I mean, Bored Ape Yacht Club's getting hacked. Like who know? Like how am I going to say that I can't get hacked?
right, right. So what would you say your some of the peak projects that like pique your interest would be, like some of the projects that you're interested in? What types of
um,
projects kind of pique your interest?
so I'm not gonna lie. I'm so like with stock trading, I definitely am all about like portfolio diversity. Even when it comes to like my NFT portfolio. So I have a few play to earn gaming ones I think might do really well in the future. I think that NFT music's going to be pretty big coming up. DAOs I'm still on the fence about. I have a few just in case. But like for me, I think that to me it's about the technology. I'm very bullish on like blockchains, on smart contracts, and being able to verify ownership of something and being able to give the people rewards just right like that, like instantly, like on the blockchain. That to me, that's what I'm bullish on more so than I am on like as on like NFTs like in particular. I really do think the future is what these NFTs are gonna like. I don't think it's gonna always be just PFPs. I think eventually it's gonna be it could be like a card, and people are opening their cars with these NFTs and opening the doors to their houses. It's gonna be, I think it's gonna be so much more than just these like communities and stuff like that. I think it's gonna be used in real life applications. So for me, like with the stock world, I'm trying to like find these companies or find these entities or NFTs in this case that are going to be the future of that, like the next big thing in like whatever it may be, I guess, for real life
Right.
application.
Right. So if you see like a future going in there in that particular project, you feel like it's like an investment, right? So to
Oh
speak.
yeah, oh yeah, and then there are ones I'm supporting. Like there are also the artists, like there are like Birds USA. Yeah, for me, like Ranch, Ancient Bulldog. Like there's a whole bunch of great projects out there that I'm supporting the person. I'm bullish on the person. I'm bullish on I like the art. I like the person. So I'll support them and what they're doing. And then then there are other ones I see as strictly investments. Like I don't I
Right.
talk because I care about my investment, but I don't, I don't, I'm not like investing in them. I guess if that makes sense.
Right, right. I think I feel the same way. I do want like a little bit of like like you said, the portfolio, the way people look at it is, and myself basically is, I do want to support these artists because they're artists, but also want to support the future because in the future, let's say something evolves really, astronomically, and now
Right.
you're part of that, so it feels good to be part of something like that.
Hmm.
So I think somebody had a question as far regarding as how do you view um, NFT versus stocks? How do you view them? Like,
Um. So that really depend. I mean, it really depends on what the person's goal is as far as trade. I mean, to me, NFTs, if it's a casual trader who's just there for the fun, I think it's a lot more fun to casually trade, NFTs than it is to casually trade stocks because you get utility, you get all that stuff. As far as like an actual, someone who's cares strictly about the money, I definitely think that it's on the riskier side. I definitely wouldn't go super heavy. If sort of my investing portfolio goes, I definitely wouldn't go like super heavy in NFTs or even crypto for that matter. I'm definitely bullish on the future in the next next 3, 4, 5 years. But I'm definitely skeptical as far as what can happen as far as these regulations go, and just so much uncertainty. And right now everyone's all about NFTs because because there's no rules, no regulation, but it's going to
yeah,
eventually it's going to happen eventually. I talked to a whole bunch of crypto lawyers and just lawyers in general and people like in the space, and there's eventually insider trading is going to be a thing most likely with all these moderators who get all this insider knowledge before the announcements come. It's not going to be as easy as it is right now, but I think that's going to be more practical in the future. I forgot what the question was actually. I think I just kind of rambled off,
yeah.
but stocks, right?
How does stocks differentiate from NFTs? And um, we know that like Target, Walmart, and other entities or companies have been hacked. Would it be
Right.
still would it still be considered an NFT, for example, be considered buying a piece of the pie of kind of like when you invest in a piece of a pie in stocks with
Oh yeah.
these companies? Is that what it's kind of?
No, I definitely see it as especially like these big projects like Bored Ape or even any 10K project or any big project. I definitely see it as an investment in the company, in the company or in the founding, whatever you want to call them. I look at them as companies, because there's X amount of NFTs and okay, X amount of shares, and you're getting however many shares of that company, like you said, shares of the pot. So I definitely do see it like that. I think stock trading is a lot. I mean, sorry. I think NFT trading is a lot easier to get emotionally invested in your trades as opposed to stocks. Like I buy a stock, I trade a stock, I don't care. NFTs, you can get kind of attached. I've had this happen before where I get attached like to the art that the NFT I bought. So I'm no longer looking at it as like a trade. Now it's like, oh man, I kind of want to hold on to this now. Like I like the community. So it is harder to get like the just to completely just to only be like an investor in NFTs because of just how much fun it is. That
Someone someone in the comments is complimenting your beard. They said, "I love the beard."
oh, thank you. I
Just to throw it out there.
don't,
So yeah, they're saying that like legal lawsuits because of those regulations, people are gonna be fighting, and they're just not gonna listen to them. I feel like the whole reason why I jumped into the NFT world was, number one, because of the cause and being able to help people, right? But number two, because it's not regulated, and a lot of people like that it's not regulated, it's not centralized. So I don't know how that's going to play out once you already have it in the tax forms where, oh, do you invest in crypto, and you have to check the box. It's like,
right.
where do I get grace here? We can't even
I
gamble. We can't
the,
even.
the the government's always going to get their cut. Like anyone who thinks the SEC isn't going to get their hand involved is like they've never been in the crypto market early on or the stock market. This is how it works. Like it's the government. Like unfortunately, I hate it, but like this is how it's going to be. And right now it's brand new, so they can't put any laws because they don't have anything to back it with, like any lawsuits. But it's starting to happen. You see people starting to now what was that guy from the OpenSea Open Trading case? I forget his name, but he was facing up to like 40 years in prison for OpenSea insider trading because he was part of the team. He knew his collections were going to be put on the homepage, and he invested in them prior to. And then there aren't any regulations because it doesn't. This is the first time. We're literally watching history being made. Like all these laws that are in 10 years, all these NFT laws that are going to be in effect. You're going to be like, oh, I remember back when when we could just like make an announcement and tell all the moderators it wasn't a big deal. I remember when we could just X, Y, Z, and that is not going to be the case. And it's going to be different because this is how laws happen. Is people do things and then lawsuits happen and then laws are formed because it's you see those silly signs like, oh, don't step over the ledge. Like, oh, why would someone do? Well, they put the sign there because someone did it, and that's
Yeah.
that's what's going to end up happening. There's not enough. This is so new. Not enough people have done X, Y, Z, but it's going to happen, and there are going to be a lot more laws coming into place, I believe. This is based off what people. I'm not an expert in law, but I've talked to people who are, and that's just what they believe as well, and
This
it adds up.
this is not legal advice, guys.
No.
So, somebody was also saying like, our NFTs use like our NFTs tokens, and is I guess people are saying the word utility as if the utility is your value that you get from the projects. So what are like the three definitions of tokens? I'm not sure if that's a question, um, or
Yeah.
do you see, is there three definitions of tokens, or
Well,
I'm
there's
not
a
sure.
but. I mean, it depends. So like right now, NFTs are in theory they're non-fungible tokens. So they are tokens. Your car, your used car is non-fungible. It's not an NFT because it's not a non-fungible token. So like the token is what's on the blockchain. It's there's the proof that this is mine. So so in theory, I mean NFTs are a token. And then you have like your cryptocurrencies, which people like to confuse those with. I mean, it is so confusing because it's like I said, it's brand new. But there's your tokens, then you have your cryptocurrencies, which can be used on like legitimate exchanges. You have your tokens, like with your NFT projects. I don't know if anyone's heard like Bones tokens from Dino Dog Kingdom or Soul Dogs. Like some of these projects make their own tokens, through their own ecosystem. So like you can look at it as like they're the tokens that are made by by these entities or by these projects that aren't like official, kind of like McDonald's rewards tokens, rewards programs,
Right.
Starbucks rewards tokens. Like you can so that's the same way as that. Like all these like individual projects or whatever are making their own reward systems, like Starbucks did, like McDonald's did. But then there's the actual cryptocurrencies, that is actual money, like the U.S. dollar or pesos or whatever it may be. And then so NFTs is in right now it is a form of is a token because it is a form of it's not a form of currency but it's a form of what's the word people you can buy you can sell so it is something that and it is in tokenization form so like I consider it a token but not a currency.
So basically, for those that are listening, just to break it down a little bit, yes, NFTs are tokens, but anybody can make a token, and that token can kind of evolve into a massive, kind of like an extension of that company. where it blows up and it's bigger, but the token doesn't really blow up unless the actual project blows up. Is that kind of accurate?
Yeah, yeah, for the most part, yeah. Like yeah, usually the like ApeCoin, for instance, like that's like they actually were somehow able to legitimize that, but like most projects don't have like their own, cryptocurrency. They might make
Right.
tokens like a reward system would.
Right.
Um, yeah, I know
Oh.
it's super confusing.
Yeah,
Even
yeah.
I'm
No,
like
I
I'm always asking my experts all the time, like, what is this again?
no, I get it. I get it. So just to kind of piggyback right off of that, if we talked about a little bit about the what may be evolving here in the future, but as far as your journey, what have you learned and what would you change about it when in regards to uh, marketing and stocks and everything that you've done so far?
I've the one main thing I learned as far as the marketing goes is from just marketing ourselves as a company is how much BS there is out there. There are so many people who are charged ridiculous amounts of money and promise so much stuff, and then like you get like 2 clicks like in return, like from like the click ratio. There's just so many people out there who just in general who claim to know so much or claim to be XYZ and just aren't because it's not like like the web, like the real in real life, like world where people, like, hey, I worked at a restaurant, like you can tell if they're good or not. Like it's like this is so much harder to legitimize these resumes, in Web3 and online. So I definitely noticed that people are taking advantage of that, and there's a lot of BS out there. A lot of people who will do these Twitter giveaway or Twitter marketing, whatever. So yes, it's hard to find legitimate help. Developing developers too. That's a big one. We found a lot of scams out there. But yeah, the one thing I would do differently, honestly, is oh man, honestly, to get into the NFT space earlier. That's probably about it. Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
wish I was like maybe like 1 year earlier or 2 years would have been nice. But yeah, we're still early though. Like everyone here is still early.
I feel the same. I feel like like if I would have been in this whole NFT world like a year earlier, which was last year, I think
Right.
things would be different. A lot different because I remember back during this time last year, I had like a full career. Like I didn't even hear about NFTs at all. So I'm just like
Right.
they were there. Don't get me wrong, they were there. I just never heard about them, and now that I did, it was like, oh, I want in on this. So yeah, definitely. But I think to our defense, I think we're still a little early, well, way early
Mm,
because things are still evolving. So I try not to be too hard on myself because of that. But yeah, I did wish we were part of that big. I was like in the middle of the bull run, so I was still like creating and um, drawing and stuff like that. So I didn't have the opportunity to take advantage of that.
right.
So definitely. Um, Also, what do you feel like you can provide? But we know that you market. We know that you do the broadcasting and do a lot of things for the community. What things like do you have planned for the future as far as that?
Like for the NFT space.
Yes, or for your journey
Oh,
altogether.
no, right now, we're build like for Journey in general, we're revamping our educational system in PB alerts. So we're going to include NFTs and blockchain technology, Web3. We're going to get some people in there who are a little more well versed in the field like than I am to help make some of these classes. We would love to make a program, helping people get involved, like in jobs in Web3. A lot of our members, a lot of people find us because they want to find financial freedom. They want to, either financial freedom or just some sort of passive income. Especially in this financial, in the world with everything going on, not only in the markets but just with inflation, just like just in general, like in life. It's nice to have something else like other than just the 9 to 5 job to be able to just to rely on, I guess, or to use. And we do want to be able to teach it in a way that like hey, like everyone knows, like right off the bat, like this isn't going to be easy. If it was easy, everyone would be on yachts right now trading stocks. It's hard, but we're going to help you get through it the right way, and not the whole like rocket ship to the moon. Like everyone quits, like it was like 97% people quit after 3 months because expectations. They get told like, oh, look at me, I made $1 million trading stocks. This could be you in 3 months, and that's not the case. But the fact of the matter is, like, if you do get into the market the right way and learn the psychology, the plans, and how to do it the right way, you can make a passive income. I'm not saying you're going to be a millionaire. It takes a lot of money to make money, but like, we do have people who like we have members who turn $2,000 into like $1.3 million and like change their life and that kind of stuff. So that's great. And I'm always like, I'm like, darn, I wish I was like trading full time instead of doing all the educating. I wish I was doing that like they were. But like I love watching our members succeed. Like that's the biggest thing for us. But yeah, so we're working on education, building like just completely like rebuilding and like just like really like finalizing, professionalizing our current education system and kind of putting some more Web3 flair like spin onto it.
So when you say education, do you provide classes like in your Discord or anything like that? Yeah.
Yeah. So right now we have it's a 22 class program. It's strictly stock education options, crypto, and it's our university, our PB University. So that's kind of what we're going to be kind of building off of. We're going to kind of turning it right now. It's just like you start to finish. We're going to start building out some more courses and some more like kind of turn it into more like a university. People kind of pick and choose like what they want their path to be, like their trading journey, whether it be options, and then through there they can choose how to learn option spreads, or they can learn how to do day trading, leverage trading, whatever type of trading they want to be, what type of trader they are, because everyone is different. Some people might be more geared towards day trading, because of their schedule or what they're looking for financially, or even just their mindset. So we want to like kind of show everyone like, hey, like every trader is different. Like just because we do this, you don't like copy us. And here are all the different ways to trade and different tools you can kind of get to kind of get from level A to level B, and so on and so forth. Yeah.
Right. I think I would be interested in that because before I started NFTs, I was doing the day trading. So I started investing in stocks and crypto and all kinds of stuff. But I really didn't get to kind of like kick off on that. So
Right.
right after I was doing that for a few months, I discovered NFTs and I totally like put that to the side. So I'm like, oh.
Yeah, I've been I've been doing the same thing. Not gonna lie, I've been like full on NFTs. I haven't really been like I've been investing here and there based on some alerts, but like I haven't been really well versed in the stock world as much as I have been because of NFTs.
Right. I think NFTs are like they really do kind of like take over your like the hype, like this art is
Yeah,
so cute or
it's
like
fun.
bomb or whatever, right? So yeah,
Yeah, it's so
if anybody has any questions, guys, please feel free to put them on the comments. Do you have anything on your side, Matt?
I have one person, so I'll make sure they're still in here. Yeah. All right. So Yo Mama 1234567 was asking, what are the top 3 things you like and dislike about your company? So I'll start with you. Actually, you like and dislike about just NFTs or just being being an NFT creator. What are 3 things you like, and then 3 things you dislike? I guess.
Oh, on my side?
Yeah, for you.
Me? Okay, I 3 things that I dislike about being a creator is basically I think I kind of covered it earlier on some points is being able to reach out to people and them not answering back. I think that kind of like uh, I dislike that because I feel like okay, me personally, if somebody reaches out to me, I'll answer. So when people do it to me, it's kind of like, what did I do to you? I promise
Right.
I'm not trying to be ugly, but that's one of them. Not to say, that not to say that, people are not busy and they might have things going on that's probably why they don't answer, right? But yeah, that's just one of my little things. And then I guess finding creative time. Finding creative time because like I'll have so many things on my agenda that sometimes it's hard for me to sit down and create like art, like draw. And then the third thing, I dislike not being as supportive as people say they are. Like they can be saying, "Yeah, I support you," yada yada, but then their actions kind of don't align with it, and that kind of drives me insane too because I I just feel like I support everybody, and like again, it's a reflection of you, right? So I believe that what I give is what I guess I should be kind of, to a sense, also be reciprocating, right? But I've also learned, the hard way to not take things in that manner because of mental health and everything that's, all inclusive in that kind of umbrella, is that don't be so hard on yourself, because not everybody is going to think like you. Not everybody's the same. Not everybody does the same things you do. So, in order to succeed, is how you pick up from those things and those struggles and challenges and kind of overcome them and make them better for yourself and for your community as well.
Hmm. I definitely, I like that. That's definitely, that's well said. Now, I don't think I can follow that up, honestly. um, no, to answer that question, honestly, the main thing that I like about my job and the company I work for is just being able to work from home at and being able to just help people. That was always the goal, getting into it, and now that it's been years now. At first it was like a few months. It was like, oh, I don't know if this is like, gonna be legitimate. But now it's a legitimate company, and like just seeing all the members who've been here for years now, like succeeding is just awesome. Dislikes. I hate green screens. Do you work with green screens at all? No. Like
Hate
all
them.
all the recording stuff. I hate all of, like I hate all of my equipment. Like I love it because like it's made like they're great, but like getting set up all the time, like because like I do TikToks one way and I have to do my YouTubes like another way. So getting the camera set up, like that's the main thing I hate about about the job is that damn green screen is huge. It gets in the way. It's the worst.
I do have a green screen because I'm a photographer, but
Oh,
I don't use it as much as I thought I would. I actually just bought it because somebody wanted that particular feature for their pictures.
right.
I do not even. I don't think I like them at all because now you have these features on the phones now where you can actually put a
Yeah.
background on there. Of course, they're not as clear, but yeah, it's very tedious. So.
Yeah. 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 I only use the green screen for like some of the videos that we make, like because we have an editor. So like I'll send it to the editor. I'm like, oh, like check this out, like this RSI. So like, and he'll put like you know, the chart or whatever to make it all
Right.
fancy. Like other than that, like TikTok editing is pretty on point.
Right. So, someone was saying, what do you think about XRP? He's been
Ooh.
investing for 2 years, hasn't seen anything. I know he knows there's a court case.
Yeah.
What do you
That's
think?
the big one. Is the court case is what originally. I'm not. I haven't looked at Ripple in a little bit. I was looking at it at first, like just trading it based off the speculation of the court case. Like I like to trade people's emotions. So if there's some news involved, it's going to usually overreact or overreact one way or the other. So I'm more of a day trader. So for me personally, I haven't been looking at Ripple like long. So I don't want to give any advice or whatever. But like last I saw, as long as the lawsuit goes in their favor, I definitely would be bullish as far as crypto, as far as crypto comes back. But like I said, I liked it with Ripple because it's so volatile. I like to play the ups and downs of the news for that one. Um, I'm not too bullish long term on, like I'm not like getting in any swing positions right now for crypto. Just with all all the speculation with the regulations, I think that we still have a decent ways down to go. But like for people who are just throwing a little, people who have the money and can throw a little bit here and there, I'm definitely not saying don't do that. I think that we're going to be reaching all-time highs, eventually. I'm not saying a year, 2, 3 years, but we will eventually. Like the stock market always goes up. But like if you don't have money to put into any Ripple or any of these, even Ethereum, Solana, any of it, although Solana can't really go much more down from here. But like with all of them, if you don't have money to let sit there for 2, 3 years, I wouldn't be just like throwing money in because like, oh, maybe a millionaire in 10. All those YouTubers, oh, you're gonna be a millionaire if you throw your life savings in. Well, like if it's your life savings, you're probably gonna need that within the next 3 years. So you probably like you don't want to be throwing rent money in that you're gonna need, or like money you're gonna need, and like eventually you're gonna pull it out. in 2 years when you need it, and now it's like worth half of what it was because you didn't wait it out to get that millionaire status, whatever. So that's my main thing with crypto in general, honestly.
Of course, not financial advice, guys.
Right,
But
right.
right, but so what do you besides the and just to kind of wrap it up, just what do you uh what would where can the community, sorry, I'm trying to stuck in my
You're
thoughts, but where can the community find you, and what can you offer community besides, what else do you offer besides education and everything else?
So yeah, you can find me. I have a LinkedIn on this account. You can, like, I'm on. I don't really like. I'm on Instagram, but like I'm more like me personally. I'm more active on TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube. Like that. Those are the ones I'm checking the comments for. And yeah, like we have a Discord. We have two Discords. We have PB Alerts. We have Titan Trading. Titan Trading is just strictly geared towards NFTs, crypto, and OTC trading, which is like the more risky side of trading. Whereas PB Alerts, the other Discord, that's like the original one. That one is more so geared towards stock trading, options trading, and we do more long term and safe crypto plays as opposed to Titan Trading, was like the leverage trading, the degen trading. Like it's fun, for people who know how to do it. But like if you're new, I definitely wouldn't suggest going in there because it's really risky. So PB Alerts is where you can find all the education. And yeah, if you're in the NFT space, as far as what I can offer, we do like our company. We also have Vertus Media. We do marketing for NFT projects and just consulting. We have a bunch of experts. So you're not experts. No one's an expert. We have a bunch of people who've been doing this before, and we help people with the social media. Starting up the social medias. How to run them, how to get collabs. We have a whole list of influencers and projects in our database for different collab deals and just different ways of helping projects market and connect and that kind of stuff. We do. We host Twitter Spaces and interviews. We've interviewed some pretty big names, and we still have them in our like as partners. So we can bring them on to help other projects, elevate them. So a lot of this is just because we're blessed enough to have been doing this for a while now. We aren't as new as a lot of these other projects or alpha groups or whatever it may be. So we have a little more sway when it comes to these legitimate, like the legitimate people, because we have bigger Discord, we have a legitimate company, like balance sheets, like the whole 9 yards. So we can use that sway to get to people that some of these projects I just can't do because they're relatively new to the space. So we kind of use that to help smaller projects, and it is paid for. We do paid for services for the bigger projects. For the smaller, for the independent artists, we don't charge anything because we want to help them, get like elevate. I guess kind of like the Robin Hood. We take the paid stuff from the bigger guys so that we can afford to just give the smaller people all the
Right.
connections to the bigger people, and just kind of like Robin Hood, I guess, of the NFT market. But don't tell the big people that.
Right. So what is the best approach, like, as far as getting those solo or smaller projects to contact you for that purpose?
Yeah, you could do my email on my link tree. I have my email. You can message me on Twitter, Discord. I mean, I check everything. You can DM me anywhere. I literally every morning, afternoon, night, and then in between. I wake up in the middle of the night. I'll check all my. I'm always checking my DMs because community is just so important to me. And I have the other. I have the PB Alerts community. That's why I'm always on my phone checking because if anyone has a question, the worst. My biggest fear is that there's someone who has a question about something, especially with stock trading or crypto trading. Like, hey, how do I do X, Y? How do I sell this and whatever? And like I wasn't there to answer, and then they lost money because of it. So like I always want to be like around as much as possible. So that kind of now translated to the NFT space. So like if people do need me, I usually am there in any of the Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, Discord. Discord's the best one, I guess. Yeah,
Right.
or Twitter.
So so there you have it, guys. That is Matt here. So just to kind of cap it off and put the cream on top of the strawberries, or whatever as you say, I'm gonna ask you a few funny or fun questions. When it comes to Batman and Robin, who would you prefer?
To be, or like who's my favorite?
Like anything, to be or what?
I
Batman
mean,
and
to to
Robin,
to
like.
be. I mean, they both have pretty bad backstory. I would rather be Batman, but I like Robin better just because the whole they have a great storyline, like all of them.
Right. Okay. what would be your favorite, cats or dogs?
Dogs. Like
Dogs.
no question. I love dogs. Like any project dog related, I'm always like, oh yeah, no, I definitely involved in that.
Right. So so if you had a Hollywood person of choice that would play your role in life or biography, who would it be? Who would you choose?
Oh, I have no idea on that one. Uh, I'm gonna pass on that one for now.
Okay.
I
You don't know.
maybe someone in the
Okay.
comments can help me out there.
Yeah, like it's just like celebrity that you kind of look up to, that you feel that would kind of play your
Oh,
life or your
well,
role.
I look up to Mark Ruffalo. Like I love. I think he's one of my favorite celebrities as far as that goes. Like if I was to be a celebrity, I'd like to be kind of like him.
Yeah. Who is that? Sorry.
Mark Ruffalo.
Okay.
Yeah, he played the whole. He's pretty humble in real. I like what he's about in real life.
Right. Okay. What would be the worst boss you've ever had?
What? Yeah, like what? Who was my worst boss?
Like, what would be like? Well, yeah. Who was your the worst boss you've ever had? As in, like, describe something. I guess that.
Okay.
You
I've been blessed with pretty good bosses, but for like a year I worked with one. For me, like my biggest pet peeve are bosses who think that they know everything, but and like just clearly don't, and then refuse to like get like their hands dirty. Like I hate bosses who lead from behind. You know, like I'm all about leading from the front. So like you know like leading as opposed to just like telling people what to do kind of deal. Like so that like for me it's the people who do the opposite of that, I guess.
Yeah, like they act more like a boss than a leader. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Because my battery's running low, so when it does
Oh.
that, it disconnects the mic, and I had to reconnect it. That's why I was asking. Uh, okay, last question, and last call for questions, guys. Everybody's in the comments are saying they love you. I love him too.
Oh,
He was, uh,
love them.
and then somebody else said the Hulk. Somebody that was the Hulk.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Mark Ruffalo.
Okay.
Yeah.
10 years old. What did you aspire to be when you grow
Oh,
up?
a Major League Baseball player. That was always what I wanted to do, and well, here I am. It didn't happen.
Yeah, I know. I think I aspired to be, a lot of things when I was a kid, but of course, life takes us different directions for a reason, and sometimes we just need to embrace it and kind of like tell other people about how they can be better and look at life better, right? So,
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's amazing. A baseball player. Ooh.
Uh,
My my dad is a what do they call those coaches that go to different places to coach? I forgot what it was. Uh, you have to pay for these leagues, but he's doing that currently. And I have two brothers that are in baseball,
oh, that's
and
awesome.
they've also been looked at and stuff like that. But
Oh wow.
they're really hard into baseball. They love baseball. It's not impossible, but
Well, listen,
yeah.
now it is for me. I'm older than I
But
was.
you like to play baseball as well?
Um,
You play it?
not as much as I used. I mean, after school, it's like hard like find programs like as an adult like to do like like that kind of stuff. I feel like it's not like a pickup like you can't just like go out like with like a few of your buddies and like play a baseball game. So
Right.
I found a few softball here and there, like the drinking softball league. So it's a lot of fun. But so like, I like to do that a lot. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, and then just to wrap up, what a nationality or demographic are you from?
So I'm
Where you from?
Colombian actually, but I
Ooh.
was adopted, so I don't speak any Spanish. So I was adopted like at 2 months old. I'm from Fairfield, I'm from like, the whitest area ever, like a white family. I don't know it. I failed Spanish in high school. It was just so embarrassing. I took Latin. Yeah, but I was born in Colombia though.
That's awesome. Do you have any connections with coffee?
Yeah, right. So everyone always asks. I actually
The
don't drink. I
Colombian
don't drink
coffee.
coffee. I don't even like coffee. Like
Right,
not even
right,
coffee ice cream.
right.
But
Okay, guys, there you have it. This is Matt here. I hope you enjoyed. I enjoyed having you, Matt,
yeah.
on the show. If you guys have it, if you have any questions for me, any closing statements, let me know. I was excited to be here and interview you. Thank you for the opportunity.
No, this is awesome. I'm so used to doing the interviewing. I'm used to like bringing projects on. So like this is like I think this is the second one I've done, and one with like Cade Bergman or joins.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he was the first one. This is like these are my favorite. Like I'm like I don't know, like just like doing like these like back and forth like like legitimate people. Like I'm just used to, like I'm so used to, like like the project founders, and they're all professional. They're like like these 10K projects, and all they care about is like the tokenomics and this and that, whatever. Like it's fun talking to real people, like so this is
Right.
awesome.
Yeah, and if you didn't know already, after this, I'm gonna be interviewing Cade later on tonight.
Oh,
So
cool.
you
Okay.
might want to hop on. The event is already posted on my TikTok on the
Awesome.
profile. You can register just to get the alert, but it's gonna be around. Your time is gonna be around 8 p.m. So,
Okay.
but yeah, definitely hop in
No, I
if
definitely
you're
do.
interested. I'm
Yeah.
excited about that too.
Yeah. Cade's
So
great.
glad. Yeah, so glad you were able to make it, and hope to see you around in the space. Stay connected.
Yeah.
Love to have you anytime, and likewise, if you ever need any of my help, please let me know. I'm available. So, thank you so
Yeah.
much for being
I
here.
I love your projects. I would love to have to have you on and interview you and let my community know about about what you're about because I've done some DD on your project and like the whole message and the art and just like the individuality of all the all the people. I think it really resonates to me like how like much you cared about it. You can tell it wasn't just like oh here's 300 whatever like you cared about each individual one like what you're doing. So I definitely would love to. Like selfishly, I wanted to like buy the one I wanted first before I told everyone about it. But because I know there's only 15 of them. But no, I would love
Yeah.
to get your word out there, and do like and the vice versa, like interview you. I'd love to do that sometime. Whenever.
Right. And if you have questions, just let me know. Also, I most of the information and utility for the owners and stuff, because I'm really not making any money off of it until I make a big actual big collection. Is basically just to give back to mental health and cancer awareness,
Yeah.
for the 15 out of 15 piece, as well as for my merch. Like what I'm wearing, it has like inspirational quotes, and those proceeds again are going to nonprofits and mental health and cancer awareness, because of my journey and a lot of other people's journeys in the community that are going through those same obstacles in life as well.
Yeah,
So yeah.
I love that, and that's why I'm not making a project because I'd rather spend time like helping build those kind of projects. Like I couldn't do. I like you're just like so amazing. I couldn't be doing all that. This is awesome.
Alrighty, well, thank you so
Yeah.
much,
Thank
Kay.
you so much for this. Take
All
care.
right, bye, people.